Hello everyone. This is a story I have to admit I was completely unaware of until I saw it in the news the other day. The Giggle v Tickle case, or as I like to call it, the Giggle v Grifter case. Just before I get going on this one though, I want to do the quick but so appreciated thank you to those who've been supporting the channel of late. I really need to do this too because whilst there's regular types of thank yous, like can you pass the salt please, and then special types of thank yous when someone goes above and beyond to help you out, this is the size of the thank you I want to extend to my supporters whilst I'm in the process of trying to rebuild the channel. So a mega enormous galaxy size thanks to the following people: Paul Packer, Todd Steele, Stephen Rowe, Ted Hawkins, Cade Ryan, Elizabeth Monaro and John Lewis, and finally Mike Barbarossa, who became a subscriber over 10 years ago. So mate, just to let you know, I really appreciate hearing from you. Just to let you guys know as well, I read the messages of support that have come with your kind contributions. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're not a subscriber, please become a subscriber. As I said, I'd love to get the sub count back up to the 85k I had before YouTube demonetized me. Anyway, enough mushy love stuff. On with the video. Creator and founder of the women-only app Giggle, one Sal Grover, appeared on Channel 9's A Crunt Affair following the dismissal of her appeal against the former verdict against her by pretend woman Roxanne Tickle. I say pretend woman because no matter what preposterous rulings the Federal Court of Appeals may make in this case, the rest of us are still in touch with biological reality and truth, and I can assure you we, or I at least, are never going to surrender to this neo-Marxist, society-debauching ideological bullshit that you guys continue to vomit onto Western civilization. I say vomit onto us because this is the photograph of Mr. Tickle, wrong Mr. Tickle, is pictured here from the ABC article where the ABC appear to have scrolled through every photograph or every frame of their video to find the one frame where Mr. Tickle actually looks remotely female. You'll see what I mean when you see actual footage of said supposed woman.
The legal case that's dragged on for 4 long years. Trans woman Roxanne Tickle taking women's only app Giggle for Girls to court after she was booted off the platform. Today, the final chapter. Or is it?
Go ahead.
Sal Grover, minutes after her federal court appeal defeat.
3 judges doubled down on the original decision. First thoughts?
How embarrassing for them.
Grover had just waded through a boisterous media pack outside Sydney's federal court, while trans woman Roxy Tickle had the last laugh in the high-profile Tickle versus Giggle case.
The ruling clearly reinforces what the Australian community stands for, that all women are protected from discrimination by law.
Do you think so, mate?
Tickle, who was born male and identifies as female, was booted off Grover's women's-only self-help app, Giggle for Girls. The stoush mushroomed into an acrimonious ideological debate of trans inclusion versus sex-based rights, peaking in a 2024 landmark federal court case, Tickle versus Giggle.
I brought my case to show trans people that you can be brave and that you can stand up for yourself.
The judge found Tickle was indirectly discriminated against, awarding 10 grand in damages. Women's rights advocate Rachel Wong said the ruling set a dangerous precedent.
In practical terms, any man who feels like a woman, says he's a woman, identifies as a woman, can access female-only spaces like bathrooms, changing rooms.
Grover enjoyed far-reaching support, including celebs, author J.K. Rowling, and tennis great Martina Navratilova. But the $1 million raised to fund the case came from mum and dads the world over. 3 federal court judges not only upheld the original ruling, they found 2 cases of direct discrimination. Grover now has to pay Tickle another $10,000 plus limited court costs.
Do you accept that you've broken Australian law?
No. I mean, I accept that that's what they've said. I think it's nonsense. I think it's absurd. One of the most basic facts about the human species is that there are males and females, and you can't switch from one to the other. So to have law that completely turns that upside down and turns acknowledging reality into something unlawful is, I think, embarrassing for anybody who makes such a decision.
Yep.
You've been found to have discriminated against Roxy because of her looks.
No.
I defy every single Australian citizen to tell me what they see.
Oh, she missed a golden opportunity there. The correct response was, wow, what an incredibly dishonest mischaracterisation of my reason for removing him from the platform. He wasn't removed from the platform because he looks like a man. He was removed because he is a man, and my platform was for women only. Duh. That's the correct response.
Despite the gender reassignment surgery, do you still believe that?
There's no surgery that turns a man into a woman. If a man wants to get that surgery, that's your personal decision. At no point should it ever be made to be my problem.
Again, I would have used that remark as an opportunity to embarrass this clown even further. My response, listen to how ridiculous you sound, mate. I mean, is gender reassignment surgery the metric by which you're suggesting that because he's had surgery, he's actually a woman now? It seems to me that by your logic, or lack thereof, if I have my canines removed and get dental implants, which is a surgical procedure, right, of vampire teeth, then I'm now a vampire. Oh, I know, the people out there that get metal surgically implanted like devil's horns and the like. Yeah, so if I get a Westinghouse badge surgically implanted onto my chest, that makes me a fridge now. Because that's where you just went, buddy.
During the original court decision and today's appeal outcome, there's been seismic developments. The IOC banned trans women who've gone through male puberty from competing in female Olympic events. Last year, the UK Supreme Court ruled the legal definition of a woman is based on biological sex.
Even the UK, for all its anti-straight white male policies, can at least recognise reality still. But here in Australia, no. Here in Australia, the powers that be have to make sure that the rest of the world view us as one big fucking joke.
Not legal gender recognition. Australia's Sex Discrimination Act does not explicitly define man or woman.
For whatever reason, Australia has decided to not only be the band playing while Titanic sinks, we are now looking like an absolute laughingstock.
The first person you went to was your dad after the result. What has been the personal cost to you?
Well, I got the Australian Human Rights Commission complaint when I was 14 weeks pregnant. And next, just over a month, my daughter will be 4. And so this has been in the background of her entire life.
Well, don't go there.
I can't, as a mother, send her out into the world where she cannot say no to a man, despite no matter how he identifies, that she has to accept.
Don't go. Don't do the fucking tears and that. This is the problem with women. State your case. Stick to the facts. The fact that you were pregnant at the time that you got this court case, it's fucking irrelevant.
Despite the blow, Sal Grover plans to relaunch her women's-only app. She now plans to move abroad.
Australian law is pushing out Australian-owned businesses that are by women and for women. And some people are going to call that progress.
I now look forward to getting on with the rest of my life in the community that we all know and love, one that embraces freedom and equality for all women. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sure by all women you mean all women except the ones that were born female. Because as the women's rights advocate argued before, this sets a dangerous precedent where biological men can invade women's change rooms, toilets, sports fields, anywhere where women previously could enjoy their own private spaces. I mean, let me guess, now that you're a woman, I'd be willing to bet that you've never had a man's penis in your amazing new vagina. Let me guess, you're a lesbian now. Anyway, if J.K. Rowling really is supportive of Sal Grover's situation, $20,000 should be pretty easy to come up with. She probably makes that amount quicker than you can say, Harriet Potter and the Sorcerer's breast implants. Thanks for watching, everyone.